Every guitar teacher comes up with exercises, either for themselves or for their students. When they're at their best, these exercises improve one of or all of the following: building strength for your hand and fingers, increasing dexterity, improving synchronization between your picking hand and your fretting hand. I'm no exception. I have one that I wrote for a student that does all three. Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Chris. Today you're going to learn an exercise that I wrote for a student a while ago that really builds sort of pinky independence and hits on those three elements I spoke about earlier: building strength, increasing dexterity, and improving synchronization. A lot of players can start to rely on their index finger to anchor a lot of activity, and putting together an exercise that gets your ring, middle, and pinky fingers working independently is a really good exercise. So let's get started. So the way this pattern works, it's a 7-note pattern using sets of 3 fingers, and it's on a set of 3 strings spanning 3 frets. It's a lot of 3s, a lot of 7s, a lot of numbers. Let me just show it to you. There's some basic constraints: 1 finger per fret, etc. Let's just get right to it. Ultimately, we're going to move this pattern around up the neck, across the neck as well. So I'm just going to show it to you here in the first position to get it under your fingers. Here's how it goes. Index finger on the first fret, E string, first note. Second note is an octave above that on the D string, played by your ring finger. Now you split that in half with a tritone using your middle finger. That's middle finger, 2nd fret, A string. Here are the first 3 notes. Now here's where it gets a little bit acrobatic, a little bit athletic. We're going to use this ring finger to move up to the E string and the index finger to move down to the D string. You're going to get this activity right here, which I can already feel in my forearm. This is a really good strength builder, just this movement here. So first 3 notes. Now we move the ring finger to the E string, 3rd fret, and index finger to the D string, 1st fret. First 5 notes. Now the phrase finishes off on the A string with the middle finger, 2nd fret, ring finger, 3rd fret. That's the whole thing. Here it is, nice and slow. And it starts over again. You can hear that it's got a 7/8 sort of loping sound to it when you play it evenly. You can pick it any way you want. I either pick it alternately or I use rest strokes when I switch from the D to the A string, which happens twice in the pattern. Here, and then here again. Those are both upstrokes resting on the 2nd string. You can also alternate pick as well. Now, pretty innocuous at this point. You've got some athleticism. You're starting to feel a little bit of burn here, maybe some tendon tension. Take it easy if it's too much already. You want to ease into this just like any muscle exercise. Now, here's where it gets completely evil, and that is we're going to do the same thing on the 2nd fret with these 3 fingers. That goes like this. And we stick them together. So the whole pattern with both sets of fingers looks like this, nice and slow. That's the whole thing. You want to get that nice and even. Get a metronome going. And once you get that together, and maybe that's your first sub goal, then what you want to do, of course, is take it up the neck. And the way I do that is I do the whole pattern through both sets of fingers. Then I started again on the 3rd fret, then the 5th fret, and so on, all the way up the neck. You can do that on multiple sets of strings, and in fact, the next way you want to leverage this exercise is going across sets of strings. And that's pretty easy to figure out. Here's our first pattern. Now do it on the A string. Then start it on the D string. And then finally on the G. Not very musical, but then again, when you go to the gym, you're not doing anything that's really applicable anywhere outside the gym except just building strength. And again, if you're having trouble with this, if you're starting off and you got a lot of forearm pain or a lot of tendon pain, just take it nice and slow. You definitely don't want to hurt yourself. Okay, there it is. It's a tough exercise. It definitely can work out your forearm and your tendons in your hand. So just be careful, like I mentioned. You want to make sure you take it easy and you don't overdo it. I guarantee you that this is going to build strength, increase dexterity, and improve synchronization. Absolutely. I hope you enjoy it.